out to Lower City, where Frontier and Catholic Central are competing for a spot in the Division 7 Region 27 District Final. Crusaders opened this game on a 6-0 run, capped off by this Camden Bradley offensive rebound and putback. They'd extend the lead even further as Benji Rook blows by this man and gets into the lane to make it 16-5 Catholic Central. Cougars would battle back. Kaysen Hoff hits Avery Powell in the corner for a 3 to cut the lead to 1 late in the second quarter. To the second half, where Bradley gets a big and 1 on True King. That was King's 4th foul just 13 seconds into the third. That didn't faze Powell, though. He comes off the screen and nails the 3. He hit 1,000 career points in this one. Less than 4 to play in the fourth as Bradley gets into the paint and finishes to make it 43-38 Crusaders. Frontier needs a bucket, and they get it to the right guy. Powell buries another 3 to make it a 2-point game late. Timeout Catholic Central. Back on the other end, Rook takes the screen and smoothly pulls up for the mid-range jumper. He had 20 points. Less than 20 seconds to go. Jacob Bowersock gets it down low and finds a way to the rim to make it 48-47 Crusaders, but they can't quite complete the comeback. The Cougar season comes to an end with a 51-47 loss in the district semifinal. They finish with a 13-9 record.